Right now, today, as almost everyone here knows, we have been here for 4 weeks, every day, holding this space, lifting up the call to remove Trump from office, channeling the certainty that he is guilty, not just of misconduct with Ukraine, but of a long list of crimes. And our certainty that if we had an actual democracy that reflected the will of the majority, that none of this would be happening now. Those of us who started this back in the fall never had any illusions that there was going to be some easy, magical acquittal in the Senate trial because we held some protests. Right?
Really?
I assume none of you had that illusion.
I did.
We had hope.
We had hope, and we specifically had hope that we could win this vote on witnesses and evidence that's expected today, and which it now looks like we will lose. Everything we have done to this moment has been profoundly worth doing. It matters so much that we have been out here, that we have been a visible presence for what is right in this space, at the Capitol building, in the Senate offices. And it matters profoundly what we do today. So it matters profoundly that we are all here, and we are going to be joined by many more this evening. Many people are going to gather outside the Capitol this evening, starting at 5, with a big surge at 5:30, right when the witness vote is expected, based on the latest information I have. We don't have a permit for this protest. We are just going to be there because this is our Capitol, these are our buildings, they are our representatives, and our voice has been shut out of this process. So we wanted to do something a little bit different today with this formation, given the gravity of this day. We wanted to take a little time before we started, not for political speechifying, we all understand how bad things are, but for personal sharing. I'd like to hear from folks where you came from, what brought you here, what's keeping you here, and what's going to keep you going after today. Who would like to start? Who would like to start? Will you start?
Sure. I'm Robin. I'm from DC. I have no senators who will be making this choice today. So all of you are carrying messages for me. So that keeps me going. Your solidarity means a lot. After today, there's still more to do. We have an election that we know will be corrupted. So we need to overwhelmingly win, that they can't even win through the obvious corruption they'll participate in. That's one thing I'll do. And also just keep loving each other.
I'm a recently retired Foreign Service officer. I have served in Ukraine from 2005 to 2007. I served under Ambassador Taylor. I worked with George Kent. This is personal. My last post was Moscow. It becomes more personal. So part of my responsibilities in Moscow was, I was American Citizen Services Chief. I saw what real fascism was like. I don't want to see it here.
Thank you.
Sure.
Semi-local, Alexandria, Virginia. I've been at least once a week since January 6th. What keeps me coming back is the people that I've met and the energy and the spirit that we hold, even in silence. That's very powerful to me. Everyone's been extremely welcoming to regular faces and new faces. And I think that's what's going to keep me going forward. So thank you for that, everyone.
Yeah, my name is Carl Dix. I am, we have to be quiet? Okay.
The bag is already
My name is Carl Dix. I'm doing my normal voice here. I hope it's quiet enough. I am a co-founder of Refuse Fascism and the Out Now movement, and I'm down with the Revolutionary Communist Party and its leader, Bob Avakian. I have been working to drive the Trump-Pence regime from office since before he was inaugurated, because we could see a fascist regime going into power. And they have proven that with all of their crimes. And as you said, most of their crimes are not in the impeachment articles, but enough is in there that he is clearly guilty of it. In fact, he's confessed to doing it. And they are telling us that that doesn't matter. And we have been trying to take that message, Trump, Pence, Out Now, because it isn't even just Trump. It's all of them together in this. And look, they've rigged this. They appear to be on track to pull it off, exonerate him. But we can't stop. We can't stop because every day they're in office, they do something else that damages a section of humanity. And that's what's motivating me, the interest of humanity. So we're going to go out from here and continue to take that message. We're doing a protest this afternoon with the other forces, and we're going to go forward. And me personally, because Out Now has a lot of different perspectives in it, but personally as a revolutionary communist, I'm doing this as part of getting rid of the system that spawned the Trump-Pence regime and all the horrors that it's intensifying.
I'm Hockey, and I spend part of my time here in D.C. working with Code Pink, and so I've had to do some other chores while we're here, like Iran and Israel and those things. But it is so heartening to be here. I love that there's so many people coming from so many different places, and just want to say that I know we have the power to really confront what you're talking about, to really make a difference. People power can change this country and make it not what it ever was, because it never was. I mean, Langston Hughes said it. It never was that America would be taught. But we can do it, and we've got so many different people. And this Remove Trump piece that has brought so many of us together has just been an amazing force. And I am grateful to all of you who organize it and who are standing together here.
My name is Sullivan. I've been doing the Storm of the Senate since the day it started. And the thing that brings me back day after day is that I hear from people all over the country thanking us for what we're doing, saying they wish they could be here, and I can be here because I live here. And so if other people want to be here and can't, then I'm going to be here. And I don't know what I'm going to do after this, but what I do know is why. See, on Wednesday, we had the big action on Wednesday, and I was part of the jail support team after we had a bunch of folks arrested. And as we were sitting over in the lobby of the Capitol Skyline Hotel waiting for folks to be released from the facility on K Street, we met some people who were in town with, let me get this right, they're with the National United Committee to Protect Pensions. They had nothing to do with us, they just happened to be staying at the hotel. And we talked with them for a while, and they were telling us about all the ways that companies are trying to get out of paying retired folks the money they promised. Later that night, a bunch of us went over to the Poor People's Campaign's mass meeting to be in solidarity with them like they were in solidarity with us earlier in the day. And they had a number of people just talking about the struggles they're dealing with, be it being pushed out of their homes by gentrification, be it homelessness in general. We heard about the California Homeless Union. There are so many homeless people, they need a union, which all kinds of things. And so I hear about these issues. I know we need to address them. I know our government should be able to address them, and I know that it can't because it's just fundamentally corrupt. And so whatever I end up doing next with this, and I don't know what it'll be, I know that's why.
So there's some breaking news as of literally minutes ago, which is that Politico is reporting that a whole group of Republican sources say that the trial could extend into Wednesday of next week. I know. Okay. So
Have hope.
based on what?
Protesting.
This report in Politico, which I have not seen confirmed elsewhere, they still think they're going to win the witnesses vote. It's really to extend. The House Democratic managers and the White House want more time for closing arguments, and there are scheduling concerns due to the Iowa caucuses on Monday and Trump's State of the Union address on Tuesday. And also just right now, almost simultaneously right now, the same big coalition that supported our big action this Wednesday is putting out a national call for State of the Union actions all around the country. I think they have hundreds of them lined up already. I think we'll want to move into our silent meditation soon.
About 100 to 200 lawyers gathered at the Capitol, in front of the Capitol, and walked single file over to the Supreme Court with an open letter to the United States Senate and the American people, and stacked these briefs up in front of the Supreme Court. There was a stack at least this high, and they're holding a press conference right now to address the Senate. And why don't you read about the open letter?
I'll just read the opening paragraph so you'll get an idea. It's an open letter to the United States Senate and the American people. Lawyers demand impartial justice in impeachment trial of President Donald Trump, January 31st, 2020. On behalf of thousands of lawyers around the country, we gather today in our nation's capital to demand that the United States senators honor their oath to do impartial justice in the impeachment trial of President Donald Trump. and hundreds came in order to represent thousands and thousands of lawyers, as hundreds of the people have come to represent millions and millions and millions of people in this country and around the world. When we stand with thousands. Each individual, we're standing with hundreds of thousands. So this is not in vain, because we know where we stand, and we know how corrupt what is happening now is. And that's why they do it in the dark of night, at midnight trials, and that's why they're rushing things, because that's what people do that want to obstruct justice and who are lying. But we won't let that be. We won't let that stand. In each of our voices, our presence, our strength, our refusal to obey, our refusal to not dissent, we have to be brave, and then we have to pass that bravery and courage onto others and stand together, because that's how courage, it's not the absence of fear, it's actually acting in the presence of fear together. And that is courage and bravery, and we're not going to let this stand. We are not. We each of us make that declaration to ourselves and to our families. I make it to myself, to my family, to your family, to families I will never, ever meet, to the people I love and to the people I would love if I got to meet them. Across all borders. It's not just within this border, but the people in this border who have taken an oath to actually defend this country against foreign and domestic threats. And now we have a domestic threat. We've had it for years in that office, in that White House. We've had it for years in the Senate with the enablers of that man in that White House. It is time now to move, not just to take down Donald Trump, and not just to now take down the senators and the enablers in both the houses of Congress, but to take down what they represent and to build, actually for the first time, to build here on stolen land, on stolen land. All of us here should never forget that, all of us. And we should build here on stolen land, both from the people who are here living and stewarding this land, and from the people who were brought here and enslaved to build this. Yeah. This is an edifice right now, hollowed out. There's no center anymore. Hollowed out by people who are thieves and liars and rich, and the ones that have stolen the wealth from inside of this land and across all borders. But it's time now for us to rise. Rise. We're beginning, and we must rise together. We cannot let this go on. We must bring decency here. I'm not going to say back. We must cultivate it now. This is our time. We live now, and young children will grow watching who did what, and they know who the liars are. The youth and the young know when the adults are lying, and we confuse them, and we either make them liars or we make them fight against the liars. That's where we are. Stand now. Choose where we want to lead the youth and the ones we love and the ones we haven't yet met to love.
The first day I was willing to risk arrest was January 20th, 2017. I have been on this hill, and I have fought with every group that is in this circle. Because of my health, I cannot go to the Capitol and fight with you there. So I'm asking you to come with me to where the media is, in the Russell Rotunda at 4:30, and help me get my message to the media. I'm asking you to come and support me, and then when you're done there, march to the Capitol and make your stand. I have been on this hill, and I have fought for my life. On the night that John McCain gave his dissenting vote, He saved my life because my life is dependent upon the Medicaid and Medicare that keeps me alive. At 2 a.m. on the front lawn of the Capitol, we thought we had lost all hope. With one dissenting vote, he saved the ACA, and he saved my life. And today we need one dissenting vote to save democracy. It is not over until every vote is officially cast. The statements are not official. Until that gavel hits, we don't stop fighting. Even after the gavel hits, we continue fighting. Due to the lack of universal health care in this country, at this point, I'm terminal. I'm not asking anyone to do anything they're not comfortable with, but I'm making my stand today, and I'm asking you to join me in the Russell Rotunda at 4:30 and help me to get the media to hear us, and then bring the media with you to the Capitol and fight like hell. Because I want to see an America that my sister can grow up in, and that my loved ones can grow up in. And all we need is one hero, like John McCain. He was a war criminal, but his dissenting vote was one of the most patriotic things I've ever seen. And today we need a patriot. And today, let's call on every senator to be a patriot and save democracy.
Hi, I'm Becky, and I just want to thank all you guys for the support and camaraderie that you all welcomed everybody to participate at their own pace. I was up here being arrested the day that Senator McCain made that vote, that historical vote, and it reassured all of us. We're about 100 people in wheelchairs standing right here in this atrium, and we proudly held up our arrest slip for the media, and the media was everywhere and filming us. Where are they now? Where are they now? Why don't we see the media filming us like they were during the health care? I will get arrested today. I have to be out of jail by February 14th when I go into the hospital for major surgery. But I'm up here every single day because I love this country. I love democracy, and it's been ripped off and stolen, and we need to claim it back. We need to claim it back. So thank you all for all that you're doing.
My name is Kim. I'm from Alabama, Mobile, Alabama, and for the last 3 years we have been bullied. We have been called atheist baby killers. We have been, I'm scared to go home after this. I don't know what we're gonna do, but me and my husband drove all night to get here for Wednesday, and we're so glad that y'all were here because we haven't been with anybody. I've lost all my friends and all my family. They won't talk to me over this criminal. So, yeah, I'm glad y'all are here. Thank you for all the support.
Thank you. Courage trumps fear.
Courage trumps fear.
Can I break in for half a second? I was in the Senate gallery last night. Hi. I'm sorry to be here late, but I just want to say that I was very, very lucky. I actually got in the Senate gallery last night by a miracle. I got what I'm going to call a golden ticket, and I want to bear witness to the fact that the bulk of those seats were empty McConnell is pulling some major crap. He does not want people to bear witness. My mother and I were in the Capitol building yesterday, and we spoke to somebody who said that they waited 6 hours and change to wait to get in that building, and they did not get in. If it had not been for somebody who was extremely kind and generous and gave us their tickets at the last second yesterday, we would not have been able to get in. We were very, very lucky. We were able to stay there for just under 3 hours, but this whole thing is rigged. He does not want people in there to bear witness. I just talked to Lori Arbiter, and we are planning. My mother and I are here. We are here on, frankly speaking, saving what's left of the republic that we have, as well as family business. But I'm telling you right now, if you all are here on tomorrow, we're arranging our plans also to be here on tomorrow, come hell or high water. But I'm here to tell you that we were able to bear personal witness. This whole thing is a scam. He does not want people in there. People were packed on that floor like sardines night before last, waiting to get in. He treated people the way Marie Antoinette treated the peasants. Let them eat cake. He will do anything and everything he can to keep people from being there, to be able to go online later and to document what's happening. I saw it. The bulk of those seats, 60 to 70% of those seats were empty, and I can tell you also very few people of color were there to be able to bear witness. It was just like being in the Senate gallery for the final vote to confirm Kavanaugh. Very few people of color, and the bulk of those seats were empty. It was miraculous that we were able to get in there. And I gotta tell you, this is the heart of fascism in action. This is absolutely fascism, Nazism, you name it, they're doing it.
I'm going to try to say this without crying, because this is a tragedy, and it's unacceptable what is going on right now. The suffering is unacceptable, and I wasn't going to come out because I was afraid. Afraid of what? Afraid of what? Some wannabe dictator in the White House? Oh my goodness, my actions were unacceptable, but now they are not, because I am here and you are here, and together we can do this. We can do what I cannot. And I was here last night, and there were 4 of us, and now there are more of us. May it be more of us, always. And for the people on disability, like myself, it's a scary time, and they're playing with our lives, and that is unacceptable. So here we are, and I love all of you, and thank you for your support.
I'm going to say this just briefly. I was born in a country that was dominated by Russia. You don't want to see that happen. I see it creeping up upon us. I see the false news. I see the propaganda. I see the bribery, the treachery, and everything. We have to stand up for truth. We have to stand up for due process, for democracy. People in this country depend on that. This is a country that's ruled by law, and it's not ruled by tyranny. Not yet. And we don't want to go there. So please stand your ground and speak for truth.
Yep. Yeah, okay, yeah. Got eyes. Yeah, I got eyes.
Need to put down that sign. Put down the sign.
This is the Constitution.
Yeah, put it down. United States Capitol Police. You're demonstrating in congressional buildings. This is your first warning.
That was, thank you.
306, first warning given at the atrium. United States Capitol Police, it's your second warning. It's unlawful to demonstrate in congressional buildings. It's your second warning.
I have a First Amendment right.
Second warning given
I
at the
have a
atrium.
First Amendment right until they take it away.
United States Capitol Police. This is third warning. It's unlawful to demonstrate in congressional
I
buildings.
understand.
Push everyone back.
This is civil disobedience. I understand.
Perimeter.
Perimeter. Get a
the
perimeter.
press
Push
out.
everybody back.
Anybody
Push everybody
out.
back. Push everybody back.
Unless you'll be arrested.
Sir,
please back up. We're not planning to get arrested.
Everybody back. Turn around.
Back
Push
up.
everybody back.
Back up.
Push everybody back further. Push everybody back
She's
further.
under arrest.
Back up. Ma'am, keep backing up.
Take it.
Who's taking it? Female officer. Turner. Back up.
I need you guys to push these people
Get her
out.
up. She's arrested. Sit up. Back up for me.
Not planning on getting arrested. Please back up for me. Continue backing up, please, for me. Folks, just please continue backing up for me a little bit, okay? Sir, please. No, I understand. Just please continue to back up for me,
Take
okay?
that off. Take that off.
I don't want to block your
You should have
shot.
your shirt on.
Keep moving back for me, folks. Keep moving back for me. Not around, but back, please.
You're a hero.
Push everybody back.
Thank you. Thank you. Hero.
First warning. Are they hurting you?
Back.
Does it feel like to help bring in fascism? 306, we have one female.
Does anybody know her name?
This is civil disobedience. I have a First Amendment right. I have a First Amendment right.
Thank you.
Freedom of speech, but it's going to be taken away if we let these dictators. Trump has made a mockery of our government. Trump and McConnell and all of the Republicans are standing instead with him, and it can't be. We have to make changes, dramatic changes, and they must leave now. Our country is at stake. People don't understand that. It really is critically important that we all voice our opinion to get this man out. He's a danger. He's a demagogue. The only person that has ever truthfully explained to me why seemingly good people become corrupt when they enter Trump's orbit is because it's a cult. He's a cult. And maybe we need to deprogram all these people. I don't know, but seemingly good people turn really, really rotten when they enter his orbit. So that's why I'm here.
Okay, I got it. But I don't know box. Right. Okay, here's
Here.
long few weeks, and we have longer weeks ahead of us. In these past few weeks, we have tried to talk to our senators, and they have not wanted to listen. Things are changing as we speak, and some of these senators need to hear their constituents right here, right now.
Hi, I'm Becky Ogle from Knoxville, Tennessee. Senator Lamar Alexander represents me, but he doesn't represent me since he made the decision to not ask for the truth. I asked him yesterday, Senator Alexander, please remember Senator Howard Baker. You were his mentee. Follow in his footsteps and do the right thing. Call for the documents, call for testimony, call for the truth, and then make your decision. Without this information, no one can judge.
Hi, I'm Weston. I'm a constituent of Senator Pat Toomey's of Pennsylvania. And I've been to Senator Toomey's office on a number of occasions, and I know that many others have tried to seek redress of grievances to get our senator's attention and have him at least simply address questions that we have. We don't understand the decisions that he makes, why he votes the way he votes. There's no explanation. There's no coherent reasoning behind his votes. And the very least that we should get as constituents of any senator is an explanation of why they're voting in the way they vote, particularly so when they are voting in a way that offends us personally. I was there earlier with Sampson at Senator Toomey's office and was unable to see anyone. So I'd like to, I guess, just address Senator Toomey and put the matter, a point on this. Why are you voting to acquit Donald Trump? Give me one coherent explanation. I have not heard that from anyone ever. That's all. Thanks.
I'm tired. I've been coming here for 3 years. I've been fighting for my health care. But for my case, I'm fighting for my life. Today, it's not about me. Today, it's about Cory Gardner. I guess what I'm here to say is, Senator Cory Gardner, my name is Mary Jane Mestis. I live in Delta, Colorado. I've been a constituent of senators of Colorado since birth. I love my state. But unfortunately, today, you're fired. Maybe not today. Sometime November, maybe. It's coming. So all I gotta say is, set your resume up, buddy, because if you don't do the right thing, you're gone. I will be sitting in the Denver office, your Denver office, every day. For 3 years, I went through some serious health issues. I lost my father. I have him with me here today. We are the people. We need you to do the right thing. I wish you could one day just step in my shoes. Just one day live my life. Cory Gardner, I got $2 in my account right now. Get that, $2. I'm not doing this for donations, I'm doing this for my life. So yesterday I hear that this wonderful so-called fake man that sits in that big old White House, I hear that he's gonna, how did he put it? That they're gonna redo the Medicaid program. They're gonna, what was the word? Overhaul. I'm telling you, no, you're not my president, but I'm gonna tell you something. You take my health care, my 30-year-old daughter who turned 30 years old 2 days ago when I was here. And I was here because I'm here for her. You take my life and my daughter buries me, you're gonna live with that, buddy. So all I gotta say, Donnie boy, for me, do the right thing. For the people of America, do the right thing. How about you just resign? That'd be perfect. Other presidents have done it. You know you're guilty. We know you're guilty. This whole thing's a sham. I'm disgusted. Cory Gardner, it's time to do the right thing.
It's time to do the right thing, and it's time to make your voices heard, and it's time to rise like the water. If you're at home and you're nearby, come to Capitol Hill.
Please.
We're gonna be out there and you're gonna hear us. Come to Capitol Hill. If you're at home,
call your senators.
Call your senators and find your local protests, as there are protests happening all across the country. Tweet, call, make your senators know that this is a time when they can step up and be on the right side of history.
Please. It's a legacy.
So now we are going to go over to the Capitol and we're going to make some ruckus. If you care about your children, take your children and go to the Capitol.
Join us.
If you care about the future of America, call your senators. If you are a senator, be a patriot and do your job.
Absolutely.
And give America the fair trial that we deserve. I'm tired, I'm sick, we're all tired, and we're all gonna be out there making our voices heard because this is what democracy is about.
Absolutely.
I wanna thank each and every one of you that has been here, whether you've been silently swarming the Senate or you've been chanting or you've been calling or emailing. It all matters. The time is now, and we're gonna rise up, and we're gonna save democracy.
Please.
Can I get a very, very quiet? Show me what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Yeah. No, I just don't. Right or left? Everybody with the orange has it.
Because of that.
Move over from the grass, please.
Why?
Because we're securing the plaza.
Why are there 20 people here?
We're securing the plaza.
Why?
That has nothing to do with demonstrations.
Why are you securing the plaza?
I don't have to tell you that, ma'am. So this is your choice. I'm going to tell you to move, and then I'm going to move you.
But
Okay?
I understand that, but I just want to say that we do
For
have a right
security
to be
reasons,
there.
we need to secure the plaza.
Are we that much of a threat?
We do.
We think the threat's in there.
I'll tell you one more time, and then I'm going to move you myself.
So
Please go over there in the
once
grass.
again, we're an abuse of power. An abuse of power is going on here. So we're getting.
give them our hope. They take our rights, they can take away our democracy, but they cannot take our hope unless we give it to them. Do not give in to this. We need to take what we feel, mobilize, energize, rise up, uplift, get to the polls in November. I know people are saying that we cannot depend on the vote, and that is true. We have to be in the streets up until that day, but on that day, we need to vote in unprecedented numbers. That's how we beat them. We vote like we have never voted before, by the millions upon millions, and that is how we beat their gerrymandering, that is how we beat their voter suppression, that is how we beat their voter purge rolls, whatever they're doing with that, you know what I'm talking about.